This exclusive video shows part of what happened at the end of Labor Day weekend in Sedro Woolley. And you can see there the officers on the scene called in two others. They struggle, wrestling, punching, and tasing the suspect.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
That clicking noise you hear is the taser being used over and over before the 90-second video ends. The suspect says he was a victim of excessive police force and that he was cooperating. Darren Dito went to the motel where that home video was shot, and he found it only tells part of the story.
This is where it all went down on September 7th. Police say they got a 911 call from the Skagit Motel, and when officers arrived, they say they found a man high on drugs, refusing to cooperate with them.
Oh my God!
What you see on this amateur video shot in the early morning hours of Tuesday morning is still a little fuzzy for the man on the ground.
Can't remember a lot of that night. My whole face was red and been smashed down into the asphalt.
Jeff Wood says he was just trying to exchange his key at the Skagit Motel when all hell broke loose.
I got tased, and then it scared the crap out of me because I told him I didn't want any problems.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
But according to Sedro Woolley Police Chief Doug Wood, what you see on this video is only part of a long and violent story.
Prior to this, he assaulted the officer, attempted to assault the officer. They used justified and reasonable force using aerosol spray, taser, and prior to this, they also physically fought with him.
Wood says the suspect was high on methamphetamine and was out of control. Wood says he never touched the stuff, and the bag of drugs the cops found wasn't his.
No, absolutely not.
So you had no drugs on you?
No.
And you were not on any kind of methamphetamine?
No.
Wood says he doesn't remember much about that night, but surveillance video from inside the motel shows how violent things got before the struggle on the ground. Even tasers did nothing to stop him.
There, see, he crashed through the window. And see, that's a taser probe there that's hooked to his clothes, and he'll be pulling it.
Later on the motel video, you see Woods pick up a rock and threaten the officers. Eventually, the fight moves to the parking lot. Woods insists he did not resist arrest.
I never took a swing at any of them. Yeah, to my knowledge, never took a swing at any of those fellas.
Chief Woods says, as bad as it may look, his officers did what they had to take Woods into custody.
What I would say is, to him is, when the police show up, cooperate. And he would have been in the back of the car and there would have been no problem.
And I just figure I'm lucky to be alive out of that situation.
Chief Woods says the department will examine the officers' use of force in this case as a matter of policy. Meanwhile, Woods is facing multiple assault, burglary, and drug charges. He says he plans to file a complaint. Reporting in Sedro Woolley, Darren Dito, Q13, Fox News.
The video in Sedro Woolley was taken by a motel guest who says he was in his room when he heard yelling outside.
And he believes it is a case of police brutality and asks us not to identify him or show his face.
I ran up on him to try to get a better look, and the next thing you see is just the cops swinging at him. And it looked like the guy was handcuffed. You know, I thought he was handcuffed, but you just see the cops start beating his face in, man. And it, you know, it was outrageous. I've never seen anything like it.
And we showed the video to UW sociology and law professor Jonathan Wender, a former police officer. Wender says there's not enough context in the video to say whether the force was actually justified, but he personally wasn't shocked by it.